TNA's lockdowns in a few weeks, and it's going to be the first pay-per-view of this year for TNA. Yes, you heard me correctly. TNA originally had 4 pay-per-views. Well, not originally. Originally they had 12. Then they cut down 4 last year because nobody was buying the pay-per-views. And now it looks like they're cutting back to 3 or maybe 4. I heard rumors that Sacrifice is one of the 4 pay-per-views brought back. I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, then welcome back Sacrifice. But until then, TNA didn't have any first pay-per-view in last month in January. None for the February, but Lockdown is going to be in March. Originally it was in April, but now they put it to March, and I'm actually looking forward to the pay-per-view. At least I'm hoping that this year's pay-per-view goes well, and it has some good matches. WWE's Elimination Chamber, I'm looking forward to it as well, and I've already made a video about my predictions for the Chamber, but I thought I decided to make this little video to see which pay-per-view do you think is better, and which one do you think is going to be more of a success? Is it going to be the Chamber pay-per-view, or is it going to be the Lockdown pay-per-view? I know they're both separated, but I just wanted to get your opinions on these. I'm not going to throw in the Rumble because, let's face it, that pay-per-view was a disaster, and hopefully the Chamber pay-per-view goes well for WWE. Now, for TNA's Lockdown pay-per-view, I'm looking forward to it because of Magnus versus Joe. And the reason I say that is because Joe, this is the first time in 4 years he's getting a world championship opportunity at a pay-per-view. The last time he got one, I believe, was against AJ Styles back in 2010 when he cashed in the Feast and Fire briefcase. He cashed it in on AJ. He lost to AJ, and that was the last time he got a world championship match at a pay-per-view. And I like this rivalry that Joe and Magnus had long ago when they fought for the television championship. These two guys were a great team. They both had a good match at Bound for Glory. And I'm glad that they're going to be able to face off against each other at Lockdown. And we have been told that every match at Lockdown is going to be in a steel cage. Unlike last year, this year we are going to have all the matches in a cage. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to seeing if Joe can repeat history and become world champion again at Lockdown. The last time he was at a cage match for the world title was in 2008 Lockdown when he went up against Kurt Angle. He put his career on the line. Kurt Angle put his title on the line, and they had a great matchup. And Joe won the world title. I was very happy for Joe. This year, I hope he does win the title. I mean, let's face it, Magnus. I'm happy that someone from the UK won the world title. But you know, it's been years since Joe's been world champion. I think it's time to give this guy another title reign because they've not been using him well since 2010, I believe. They have not been using him well, and it's a real big disappointment. I'm a Joe fan, and I hope he does get the world title. I don't think they will because, you know, they'll probably let Magnus keep it until Slammiversary or Destination X. Either way, I just hope that I do hope they do go with the right direction with Joe winning the title. Now, this next match, the Lethal Lockdown Steel Cage match, where the winning team would have control over TNA. What that means, if Dixie Carter wins, she would have complete control of the company. If MVP wins, he has complete control of the company. And who they have in this match is, for Dixie, she has Bobby Roode, she has Austin Aries, and the Bromance. And for MVP's side, he has himself. He has himself. He has the Wolves, and he has Jeff Hardy, a.k.a. the Willow. Yes, Hardy, his Willow persona that he never got to use in WWE or TNA, he's finally going to use it, and he's going to bring that character for Lockdown. And I, for one, am looking forward to seeing this Willow character. I mean, I have not seen this guy in years, so I'm looking forward to seeing him come back and seeing how well this will help with Hardy, because it looks like he's not coming back to WWE ever again. So let's see how he does with the Willow character, and see if it will connect with the fans. Now, I don't think it matters who I think will win, because it's obvious who's going to win. I mean, let's take a look at all the past Lockdown matches. Take a look, seriously, take a look at all the past Lockdown pay-per-views where we had Lethal Lockdown. We have Babyface's team versus Team Heel, teams whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, we always see those guys go up against each other, and it always ends the same way. Now look at those matches and tell me, when was the last time a heel team won Lethal Lockdown at the Lockdown pay-per-view? There is your answer. There's your answer. Right? Now, despite this, I do hope they do go with MVP's team winning, because let's face it, they just brought this guy in. If they have his team lose and have him leave TNA, then that was a waste of time. That was no point to that storyline. So hopefully he does win, Dixie Carter does leave, and MVP runs the company. Or at least in storyline runs the show. And I think that would be good for business. Now, as far as Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, I'm looking forward to the 2 matches as well. For like Lockdown, I'm looking forward to these 2 matches. I'm looking forward to 2 of the matches for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. The Shield versus the Wyatts. And we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match with the 6 participants. Now, the Shield and the Wyatts, I already gave you my reason why I'm looking forward to this match, and looking forward to how these guys will get the last momentum for tomorrow night on Raw, to see what momentum they'll get for this Sunday, because this Sunday is the Chamber. Next week, it's next Sunday, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens and to see who will get the advantage for the pay-per-view. And as far as who I think will win, it will be the Wyatts. Obviously, I think they'll win the match, and hopefully they do go on to WrestleMania to have a great first match. As far as the Chamber, I'm looking forward to the Chamber a lot more than I was before, because of everything that's happened. I mean, they had Randy Orton go up against every one of these guys who was going to be part of the Chamber. They had him go up against Daniel Bryan. Bryan won. He had a hell of a match with Randy Orton, and he got the victory over Randy Orton. Then we had Orton versus Christian. A good match, too. A good match between him and Christian. Christian lost to Orton, so that was a disappointment. But it was still a good match. Then we had Cena versus Orton. But it was still a good match. I enjoyed their match. And how these guys kicked out each other's finishers, that was pretty good. That was awesome. Then we had Antonio Cesaro, or as he calls himself now, Cesaro, go up against Randy Orton, and it was a good match too. I liked how they put Cesaro against Orton, and it was pretty good. I liked how this match went, and how Cesaro got a victory over Orton. Wow, that is huge. That is big for Cesaro. I don't think he's gonna win the Chamber, but I can actually see him lasting long in the Chamber. I hope he doesn't get eliminated first. That guy should go far in that Chamber match. Now, tomorrow night we have Sheamus versus Orton 1-on-1, and I'm looking forward to this match too. Probably will be not the best match of the night, but it'll be a good match. But I think they'll probably give Orton the victory, because he needs to get a victory. Otherwise, if they just have him get a victory over Christian, it'd be like, okay, why is Christian in this Chamber then? If he lost to Orton and everybody else won, then it's kind of obvious he's going to be eliminated first. Which I don't think so. I think. Now, I think this will be a good match between Sheamus and Orton, but Orton is going to probably get the victory and at least have 2 victories out of the 3 losses that he had. So, that'd be something for him. And I'm looking. This is my prediction for the Chamber. Now, this is my prediction to how the things could go. Everybody comes out of the pods and they surround Orton. They all hit their finishers on him, and Orton's the first one eliminated. That is my prediction. Orton is eliminated first. Christian will be next by Sheamus. Sheamus gets eliminated next. Cesaro gets eliminated, and it's down to Cena and Bryan. That's my prediction. Those 2 are the last guys in it. And Bryan wins over John Cena and becomes the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And that, my friends, is how WWE should end the pay-per-view, with Bryan winning. Because if they don't and have Cena win or Orton win, then everybody is not going to watch the main event in WrestleMania. Hell, By the time WrestleMania 30 gets to its main event between Orton and Batista, or Cena versus Batista, all the fans will probably walk out. Yeah, we're not going to watch this. It's a waste of time. Everybody's going to walk out. The fans and the audience are going to walk out, except for the little kids with their parents. And the fans tuning in on TV, they're going to turn off the TV. If they have Bryan win the title and go on to WrestleMania as the world champion, then you're going to have a lot of fans tune in and watch what happens. Hopefully, if he does win and does defend the title at WrestleMania, I hope he lasts longer than a few seconds as champion, because that would suck a lot. That would suck a lot for Bryan. Now, as far as I'm concerned, which pay-per-view I think will be the most successful, and I think the ones that the fans will be looking forward to the most, I think it's got to be the Chamber pay-per-view, because Daniel Bryan's in this, and the fans are going to be looking forward to this a lot, especially with the Shields match, the Chamber, with all these guys in it. I think that's the one that the fans are going to be looking forward to the most. As far as Lockdown is concerned, they have a predictable match between at Lethal Lockdown. But the World Championship match between Magnus and Joe, I think will be good. So, but still, in my opinion, I think the fans will like the Chamber better than Lockdown. And if Magnus does walk out World Champion, then I don't know who they're going to put him up against. Is it Kurt Angle, maybe? I can see that happening. Are they going to bring back Sting or AJ? I don't know. All I do know is one thing. The next night after the Chamber, Hulk Hogan returns, and so does The Undertaker. Yeah, you heard me right. Hogan and Undertaker return the next night after the Chamber. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, I'm going to looking forward to that, because I want to see what kind of reaction Hogan gets after being in TNA for years. So, we'll see what happens.